So the purpose of this video really is just to look at some alternative materials again for constructing something. I've looked at a Lipton teabag sleeve for Engage, and after looking at this for a while I thought, what could I do with it? Sadly, I had to break it apart first to be able to create the shapes and the windows and the doors that I wanted, but then put it back together again to get the finished shape, and this actually then started to look like what I really wanted, which was a terraced row of houses. I then added the sandpaper and cut that to shape for the windows and the doors, and from that it then again took more shape. I added the roof and I created the porch sections through wooden stirrers, which again added more detail. The details were then added to the walls and to the roof itself, and the roof from the top actually gave more detail to the actual points of the roof, so that it actually helped to give the final shape that I was looking for. I then prepared it for the acrylic paint edition, and obviously I had thought about this long and hard, because the set of boxes converted to workers' cottages and I wanted to get that brick feel, and obviously getting the right paint colour was important. But once it's finished, I can add garden walls or fences to it to create the actual proper back gardens. I was given a Falla engine shed plastic kit for Christmas and made this up, and I looked at this again and I sort of thought to myself, this is interesting. I decided on the 2-door shed, and I thought long and hard about what I could then do if I had more of those teabag sleeves. So I looked at the teabag sleeves and I thought, well, let's give a go with one of them and let's try and do something similar. Let's try if we can look and see what we can do with one or two, and how I could make them into something that I wanted. I could build upwards if I wanted to, I suppose, not just sideways but upwards. I could use 2 boxes, I could use 4 boxes. But a good shed, railway sorting shed, that sounded quite interesting. So the first thing I did was create the shape as per previously. I added the doors, I added the apron, I added the windows, and I added the small loading platform. Then I added the rear doors to the back, and I added some more details, and it again started to take shape. The roof was then added with a few colours then to give it sort of a bit of character. I decided on red on this occasion, and the support columns and the roof brings the box to life, I thought. So this started to add more and more detail to the box itself. I've still got the doors to be added, both indoor and also the indoor loading bay, but it's getting there. But more colours were added to the roof sections this time. I decided on a grey. The fact of the sandpaper gives it a pebble dash finish, which is quite interesting, so you can play with the colours themselves, but it does look very realistic of the 60s and 70s. So what could 2 boxes be used for? Well, there's a lot of options here with loading bays and engine sheds and things of that nature. And if we move upwards, then obviously what we're looking at here is it could be apartments, flats, it could be a factory. So there's lots of different options. Please share, comment, like and subscribe. And thank you once again for all your support. More to come as this evolves.